On Saturday, November 2nd, starting at noon, Kevin Williams is helping sick kids by playing video games. He needs your help to raise $1,000 for the CHIO Foundation. Donate at extra-life.org/participants/347875. The following podcast may contain immature content created by Danny Parkhill and Michael Walsh. Listener discretion is strongly advised.
If you told me in 1998 that Steve Austin quit drinking beer and instead smoked copious amounts of marijuana, that would blow my mind. Like, I can't process that properly. I still can't. Steve Austin was so synonymous with beer that it's craziness. It's like Snoop Dogg saying, "All right, guys, I no longer smoke weed. Instead, I'm going to jump on prescription drugs." It's like...
I take a few weeks off and you forget how to record a podcast.
Okay, like, I didn't forget how to record it.
This is like our 9th attempt at doing this because you keep it up.
Oh, bull! It's our second attempt, eh? Like, I managed to mess it up the first time, and I gotta go back and restart it because that's how my thing works. You know, thank you not for saying the cuss word on my show. You know what my podcast.
You know what I'm going to do for you just because I love you?
What?
Dirty scab AIDS Streisand.
Thanks for that. How you doing, brother? I missed you.
I'm all right, man. Just relaxing by the lake today.
Yeah, right on. By the way, you weren't there, but just so I have this on record, your wife invited me and my wife and my kids up to the cottage sometime.
Yeah.
And there's like a 90% chance of us taking you up on that.
Well,
so just so it's on the record. Right on. Well, we're going to do it.
We like having people up here. It's very relaxing. It's I just like to jump in the kayak, go and drink some beers out in the middle of the lake, and forget my troubles. You know what I mean?
Cradle of civilization.
That's it. Love it. Love being out here, and and you're absolutely right. I actually made a video of myself out in the middle of that lake, telling everybody. That's a different video. Telling everybody some news, and we're going to get to that today. But lots to talk about today. About some upcoming, and of course we'll probably talk about some WWE.
The W.
But lots of wrestling to talk about, and we're going to talk about it all. Why? Because I am not Danny Parkhill.
Lots of people talking about peace of mind, but why can't people let me get a peace of mind? People always talking around saying peace this and peace that, till someone wants a peace of mind. Then I got to grab my Michael Walsh.
This is the lasting mark. I am the real Michael, not Danny cheated on me with a different Michael last week.
It's true. He was tighter, mainly because the man's ass could you shove a lump of coal up there and it'd become a diamond within a week.
Didn't have my floppy...
Dan, I'd love to be a part of your podcast and
didn't have my floppy used...
This guy, man. Did you hear the show last week, or did you just skip it?
No, I have not heard it yet. It's been a very busy week for me. I have been spending the last week getting caught up on all the podcasts on WrestleMedia that I've missed over the last couple weeks. Several weeks that I've missed. So I've been getting caught up on them all, and I'm going to listen to that one probably tonight or tomorrow. But I noticed in the description who your guest was and saw his name was Michael, and it hurt my feelings.
Yeah, well, he's a good guy. He was, I don't think you'd know him because you don't watch good indie wrestling. But, that's good, right? You like that one? No, he's been on the Ontario Indies he was for a while. Then he retired because he got a gummy bear in his brain. So,
he had what?
A gummy bear, sir, in his brain, and it messed with his hearing. So
I can't tell if I can't tell if you're with me or not.
I'm half with you. He is retired because
how do you get a gummy bear in his
I don't know if it was a tumor. It wasn't actually a gummy bear. It got, I don't know, some sort of. Well, I don't know. I don't want to talk out of turn here. You're not Mike, but he retired due to injuries. We'll say that. Head injuries. Head and or ear injuries.
Probably took a bunch of unprotected chair shots. Anyways.
What a
let's talk some shit. Let's talk about big news. No other podcast on the planet, including the wrestling show, is a bigger supporter of Chinlock Wrestling than we are. So let's start off by talking some Chinlock.
Let's do that.
Because Jan Murphy, Justin Kuzno, and the rest of the fucking Chinlock boys can't stop themselves from just nonstop shoving all this news down our throats every day. There's something new that happens all the time.
It's not their fault they're good.
Yeah. Just every day there's something. I barely even, like this show coming up. Where is that? It's in Ottawa, this show coming up?
No, show coming up is in Napanee.
That's right.
At the Chinlock Academy. That's August the 17th in Napanee, Ontario, at Chinlock Wrestling School above Wild Wings.
Potato Rob Van Dam. Same thing. But so they got that. We're not even at that big show yet, and he goes and he drops off this big message about show happening in October.
That's right. I don't have the details in front of my face. I forget the date.
I forget the date. It's October something. We can put that on the webpage, but I know it's in October. I know it's in Kingston. I think.
That one's in Kingston, yes.
It's called Battle at the Brewery. I know that much.
Yep, and it's at Spearhead Brewing Company.
Right, that's it.
Based in Kingston.
And one of our best friends is going to be there, man.
One of our best buddies. He loves us so much that he asked us directions to the bathroom at the Impact pay-per-view, Impact Rebellion. And that's your good buddy and mine, Santino Marella, will be appearing at this event. Yeah, that's amazing. What a get. I don't know if that's the big get that Jam was alluding to, but it very well could be, because that is a big get, especially if you're a Canadian, Mark. For me, that's a big get, because number one, I've been a fan of his from day one anyways, but number two, let's call it what it is. We're all Canadian, and more importantly, I live in the GTA. He's from Mississauga. He's right down the road from me, you know what I mean? So he's basically a local boy, and we go to an Impact pay-per-view, and he's just there. Yeah, you know what I mean. Hanging out. You and I are watching the show, and we hear this guy behind us going, "F her up, Gail," during the Gail Kim Tessa Blanchard match. Look around, and there he is, Mr. Anthony Corelli himself, just standing there, cheering on his favorite, just like a fan. It was amazing. Yeah, I remember Adam was like, "Who's this?" And I'm like, "You watch your tongue, sir. It's the Milan Miracle." Yeah, so he'll be he's the first one to be announced for the next big Chinlock show, so that's pretty awesome. Yes. That's October. Talking about but first is August, and if you want to come hang out with us at the August show in Napanee, that's August 17th. 17th? I just say 16th. Whatever the Saturday is, the 17th. If you want to come hang out with me and I don't know days. If you want to come out, hang out with me and Satchel Ass Contant, we'll be there. I will be performing that evening. I don't know who I'm working yet, but I'm working. So come hang out with us. And I'll be debuting my brand new gear if it ever shows up. Special thanks to High Spots for botching that. I never brought that up to you. I was surprised because I was expecting to see that blue gear at Chinlock. Yeah, well, I was too. But they botched something, so I'm getting a little irked about it because I'm like, well, should have been here. Now it's partially my fault. I ordered it like late April, and they're like, okay, well, if you're in Canada or whatever, expect up to a 10-week delay. So it's like, okay, well, I didn't read the fine print. That's fine. So that's why it got missed for the June show. But now it's like, this is getting ridiculous because it's been way more than 10 weeks since I ordered it.
Oh, for sure.
So, the crew at highspots.com, get it together, man. You don't know who you're dealing with. You're dealing with the Sunday morning superhero.
Oh, God.
All, 208 pounds of dad bod will come down on you real fast. You won't want it. Once you see my you won't want it.
You're such a piece of Oh, speaking of big shows, that was the announcement I made. That dropped very recently on our webpage was the fact that me and our Lord and Savior Adam Colentant are going to be at a big show that we are the official sponsors of. That's official now. I know I talked about it a couple weeks ago.
I meant to ask you about that off the record. How the hell did you finagle that?
Very easily. I reached out to AKJ, to Anthony Kingdom James, who is the promoter of this this new, returning company. I asked him if we could be involved, and he said, "Love to have you." We dealt with some finances, and we bought a table at his company, and he brought us on, and they said, "We'd love to have you," and the rest is history, man. We're going to be there at the show. That's Never Say Never, put on by the Wrestlers Union. That's on August 8th at the Tanzrak Club in Toronto. Man, I don't know if you heard about this, buddy, but some of the people that are going to be at this show, of course, I already mentioned RJ City versus Space Monkey. That's the one I'm looking forward to the most. But the Walking Weapon himself, Josh Alexander, he's going to be there. Kevin Blackwood, Lionel Knight, Addie Starr. I know you're a big fan of Addie.
I love Addie. She's sweet.
Carter Mason, Shane Saber. Some of the best that the Ontario Indies has to offer will all be there. Anthony Kingdom James himself, as he is their champion. I don't know a lot of the matches. There's going to be a big, I think a big 10-man scramble at some point. For the number one contendership for the title, something like that. So it's I believe there's 6 matches on the card. I gotta mention it is a 19 plus event though. So anybody who wants
will there be
go,
boobs?
Boobs.
I want to see some man boobs, man.
There'll be man boobs everywhere.
Oh yeah.
You give a couple drinks to RJ City and you're going to see some boobs. So this is a 19 plus event. So if you want to go, you have to be age of majority. Sorry, kids. Which is why we want to talk about it on this show a little bit more, because you're probably around that age anyways if you're listening to our show. And we'll take advantage of that. If you are listening to our show, maybe you can win a couple tickets. Maybe you want to hang out with me and Sir Satchel. Come to the show,
Sir Dingus, Sir Dingus of the Bay.
come chill out with WrestleMedia. Watch the show as our personal guests. We have 2 extra tickets that we're just gonna throw away to you, beautiful bastards. All you have to do, we're gonna give you a code word. We're gonna make you listen to the show first. Listen to the whole show. At the end of the show, oh yeah. You see, I wasn't born yesterday.
What's up, you marks?
Listen to the show. At the end of the show, I'm going to give you a code word. You take that code word, you go to WrestleMedia.ca, you type that code word in where you're supposed to do it and all that crap, and you can win tickets. All right? All right. So that's that show. That's big news for us. That's amazing. So what else has happened in wrestling? Okay, you know what? We have to talk about this. This happened a few weeks ago, but I wasn't around.
Let's catch up. Let's palaffle.
We're going to talk about some stuff today that's probably old news because I haven't been around. But how do you not talk about some of this shit on this show? Let's start off with Enzo Amore and Joey Janela getting in a fight at a Blink-182 concert.
I don't know. Here's the deal. There are conflicting stories on that.
Exactly.
Right? I guess the
Joey says
predominant story Well, Joey said it wasn't a work.
Yeah.
He said, according to, I don't know if it was according to him or according to someone close to him or whatever, he went out and I guess, he like got drunk or whatever.
Yeah.
And he sees Enzo there and he says, hey Enzo, how you doing? I'm Joey Janela. And I guess Enzo gave him the old stink eye.
Yeah.
So Joey, in his state, said, you want to fight? and not realizing that Enzo is a terrible human being, wasn't actually expecting a fight. And Joey did back down a little bit, but that's because he was hammered. So,
did you see the video?
Yeah, I did see the video.
It was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
How much of a scumbag can that guy be? I'm talking about Enzo. Guys oh, dude, a straight fish. This weird, man.
Yeah, it was kind of up. I tried reading his, him talk about it online, and I couldn't even read it because I don't even think it's English.
Yeah.
I don't know what
But speaking of Joey Janela, do you know where you can see Joey Janela?
Ooh, little cure for cancer action.
Little cure for cancer action. That'd be the day before that Chinlock show in Napanee. C4 Wrestling presents Fighting Back number 9 out of St. Anthony's Banquet Hall here in Ottawa, Ontario. You will see Cody in action. With MJF, some guy. I've never heard of him before, MJF, versus the team of Tabernacle de Team, who are they're this tremendous team out of Montreal. That is going to be an insane match. I promise you a good time with that. And speaking of, I know we didn't speak of it, Mike, but speaking of wanting to absolutely murder each other, there was a match that was signed just today. A 6-man tag team match where the team of the Bad Boy, Joey Janela, Kobe Durst, and Matt Angel will take on the team of Evil Uno and the team of the Butcher and the Blade. That's Pepper Parks. Yeah, that's going to be an insane match. Someone's going to die. I'm not sure who it's going to be. My bets are on Kobe Durst because that man can take a bump.
Yeah. I think it's awesome to see Kobe Durst in a match that doesn't have on the other end of the ring. No, I'm serious. And yes, I will take every instance I can to on. But in this case, I'm not on the bookers who they think the only thing that they can do with these two guys is put them together. Do you know how many different promotions I have seen Kobe Durst and fight on? I'm getting so.
You know what's funny? I haven't seen that much. I want to say booked it.
I've seen that match at least 6 times. At least 6 times.
Huh. I don't know what to tell you.
and I won't watch it anymore because I actually didn't watch the last show because that was the main event. And I'm so fucking sick of fucking face.
Oh Lord! I'm going to censor 90% of that.
No, you just have to censor his shoot name.
Yeah, there it is.
Don't censor his work name. Don't say.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens.
I'm allowed to talk about not liking wrestlers.
Well, here's the deal. I think I might have gotten myself in some for last week because I didn't talk about anybody. I have no one to talk about really.
I do. I have lots of people to talk about.
There's one guy in the wrestling business that I don't like enough to say anything about, and anybody who even remotely is listening to the show or gives a doesn't care. So it's nobody that I currently work with. I'll put it that way. It's nobody that I've worked. Well, that's not true. I have worked with them in the past. But anyway, point being, I got some for that. So I gotta lay low.
So I missed last week's show. So you talk somebody and then you got for it.
Well, I didn't. I shouldn't say I got for it. I think it's just one of those things where it's like, all right, brother, you sure you're not talking about other people? I mean, no. Then that's a shoot right there. I have no heat with anybody except for this one person.
This is a shoot too. I have heat with a lot of people. I'm a horrible human being. There's a lot of people I don't like, and I have no problem saying it. Is one of the worst wrestlers on the scene today. There, I said it.
Okay, never mind. We're not going to get into it. He's a very traditional.
We're all allowed to dislike. We're all allowed to.
I'm not going to say.
Listen, what is the difference between me and you and Baron Corbin?
Well, I mean, other than the fact that I don't work with anybody that works with Baron Corbin, and it's not.
Well, it's not like I'm going to walk up to next week and be like, "Yo, you're piece of human garbage." You know what I mean? It's not like that's going to go down.
Okay, well, you get my... Yeah, I'm already censoring enough of this. I'm probably going to cut, like, half of it.
There's no reason. You about censoring things all the time, so why censor me? This show is about not being censored.
Okay. The point is, you can see Joey Janela and Kobe Durst and Matt Angel versus Evil Uno and the Butcher and the Blade at Fighting Back 9. That's August 16th, day before the Chinlock Wrestling Show in Napanee. Go to them both. I know Satchel Ass will be at both. I will probably be at both. Yeah, go check it out.
Well, you might as well go to something since you're missing all of SummerSlam week, you f***ing mook.
Okay, that was, first of all, I got kids, and I can't afford $300 plus in tickets, plus trans, plus, time I'm going to have to take off on vacation.
I became a genius. You know what I did? I found out that if I really want to go to a show, I get a sponsorship.
Have it come to you?
I get a sponsorship deal with them. Then Adam pays for it, and then I go for free.
There it is. Just go for free. We should do that for every show. Why doesn't WWE have us set up a table?
Can we sponsor you, please?
If we sponsor WWE, I think we're talking. I think we'll have to throw a few more in their bucket. Yeah. It's a little above our pay grade, I think, for now at least, until we take over the world.
Hey, this is a commercial for Patreon.com/WrestleMedia.ca, where you can get early access to episodes of your favorite WrestleMedia shows, get full uncut and uncensored versions of your favorite shows, and more. Don't want to hear this commercial on your podcast anymore? Sign up at our main event tier and get these episodes ad-free. Want to hear your own commercial here instead of ours? We've got tiers for that too. Visit patreon.com/WrestleMedia.ca and join the WrestleMedia revolution today.
Let's talk a little WWE. Something funny to me happened the other day.
What's that?
So they had their big Raw reunion show, right?
Yep.
Am I the only one who thinks it's really funny that Rob Van Dam got so high and went to the wrong show?
Oh my God!
Did he forget he doesn't work there anymore?
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I meant to go to Toronto.
I didn't see the whole show, but I did see clips, and some of that is so fun, man.
Yeah, that was. Did you see how Steve Austin looks?
Yeah, he looks good.
Dude is jacked to the gills. He looks like $1 million.
He could come back tomorrow, and I would buy it.
He was running the ropes.
Yeah.
After the show, he was running the ropes, and I'm like, all right, let's see what you're really thinking now.
Now, he has gone on record saying he doesn't drink anymore, and that's why he started smoking weed. But apparently he got towed.
I'm sorry, that is the most hilarious thing. Like, if you told me in 1998 that Steve Austin quit drinking beer and instead smoked copious amounts of marijuana, that would blow my mind. Like, I can't process that properly. I still can't. Steve Austin was so synonymous with beer that it's craziness. It's like Snoop Dogg saying, "All right, guys, I no longer smoke weed. Instead, I'm going to jump on prescription drugs." It's like it's not the same thing, you know. He's so
apparently
synonymous.
Austin got nice and towed up at that Raw reunion, but he's not the only one. Apparently, Ric Flair got murdered.
Well, Ric Flair. You could say whatever you want about the guys, whatever. Like he's lived a party life for a very, very long time. And you could say whatever you want about, okay, he's had a whole bunch of beers in his life and he drank like a fish and all that kind of stuff. Fact of the matter is, that dude's f***ing old, okay? And when you get old, your body doesn't give a shit what you've done in the past. Your body says, no, you're having one beer, and that's it. If you have more than one beer, I will kill you. So, that's what happened to Ric Flair.
Well, apparently, it was not the alcohol had nothing to do with it. It was his heart. That's what the doctor said.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Well, this I didn't hear.
Well, this was an interview with Mark Henry very recently. In the last day.
What a sweet guy.
Yeah.
Can I put over Mark Henry again? That guy.
You can always put over Mark Henry.
That dude was so rad to talk to and interact with.
Yeah,
Such a nice guy.
So
Carry on.
This is coming. This is a quote straight from the Mark Henry interview from I believe yesterday. The doctor gave him a clean bill of health and said it wasn't the alcohol, it was your heart, and he got that fixed. Him and Austin got lit, and I mean, ho. Ric Flair, he did everything but take his clothes off. He danced in the bar. He did the whole Nate thing. It was pretty damn special, man. It was pretty special. I'm glad I got to see it again.
That that being said, if I had now, obviously I'm a drinker and I'm not the age that Ric Flair is by a long shot. Touch wood. I don't know why I touched wood. Like I don't want to live as long as Ric Flair. What the f*** did I do that for? Anyway, if I had, no matter what my age was, no matter what condition I had or whatever, if I have the opportunity to drink with either Steve Austin or Ric Flair, I'm doing it. That's a once in a lifetime situation. Like you can't pass that up at this point. So I don't blame Ric Flair. Well, he gets to go party it up with the boys.
There's one guy who had to pass it up, though.
Who's that?
Apparently, Scott Hall was told not to enter the ring during the beer bath, which I think was a good idea.
Good for him.
Yeah. So if you notice on the television, he just went and he sat in the timekeeper area. So he was still involved in the segment. He was just he was told not to go in the ring.
Good.
Now, in one case, good because being around that much booze in his state of recovery, maybe he's not a great idea. But also, I don't know if he still is on it, but he used to be on that medication that makes you like. Really
I know what you're talking about.
Ill.
It makes you puke whenever. Yeah,
so
I know what you're talking about. I forget the name of it.
I don't know if he's still on that or not. So if he is, even being around in that ring, smelling it is going to make him barf all over the place.
Well, have you ever heard the story about when Hall and Austin were working back in 2002?
I remember hearing a story like that, yeah.
Yeah? So what happened was obviously Steve Austin and Scott Hall had a feud back in 2002. Yeah. This was, I think, not long before Hall left the company. Actually, not long before Austin left the company.
Well, was this not the feud going into WrestleMania 18? Or?
Yes, that's right. So they did, one of the angles that they did was basically Austin took Scott Hall hostage and, just messed with them throughout the entire night, right? So, he was throwing him around and drinking beer in front of him and all that kind of thing. And at one point, I forget if he force-fed Hall the beer or if he just splashed the beer on him. But either way, Hall was on this medication where if he smells beer or anything like that, he pukes. Yeah. So they did that in the opening segment, and this is before they did the whole freezer thing where he covers up Hall's mouth and sticks him in the freezer and does all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And Bruce Pritchard is telling the story. And he's like, he just stank, and we had to hope that he wasn't going to puke through the thing, and he's all covered in beer, and apparently that had something to do with his relapse too, and that led to a lot of problems throughout the years. But I can see why after that situation, even if he wasn't on that medication, I can see why they told him no, sit this one out.
Absolutely. And it shows the business and the mentality of these things have come a long way in the last 20 years. Because, you hear stories of, remember back in 96 when they were doing the storyline of Jerry Lawler and Jake the Snake Roberts, where they poured whiskey all over Jake Roberts, where Jake flat out said you didn't have to do that. That could have been iced tea. That could have been, what I mean?
Okay. So that was my question, because I can't recall if that was shoot whiskey or because I always kind of figured, especially when I was a kid.
Jake said on his if you ever saw Jake's WWE DVD, he tells the story of that and how it is shoot whiskey. And
that's messed up. Then that should
and that it wasn't supposed to be. He wasn't told it was going to be, so that really him up. So that really shows where we've come in 20 years, that not only would they not do that to somebody, but they're like, okay, Scott, maybe you should sit this one out. We know how hard you've worked, So good on them for doing it. Good on Scott for not fighting them on it and just for sitting it out. It would have been nice to see Scott in the ring, of course. But is it worth the risk? 100% no. He's worked too hard to get to where he is.
Yep, I agree 100%.
But it was still a cool moment to see all those guys in the ring with the big beer bath, and holy shit, is Gerald Briscoe looking old though?
Well, he looked old in 1998. That was their whole gimmick. Whole gimmick. Him and Pat Patterson's like, man, these guys are old as shit.
Yeah, but Patterson looks the same now as he did in 98.
Well, so does Gerald Briscoe.
Gerald Briscoe looks like a troll, though.
Well, whatever. Either way, the point is that was their whole gimmick back in 98. It's like, oh, look at these guys. They probably have skid marks in their underwear, because that's what happens when you're old.
Yeah, and now
that's what happens when you're old, is you start getting skid marks.
Yeah, I guess I'm old then.
All right, any other thoughts about Robbie Union there, Love?
I don't know. What else happened there? I guess a lot to do with the 24-hour title.
That was pretty fun.
Yeah, some fun stuff. Both Briscoe and Patterson got their hands on it. Kelly became champion.
Yep. Then she lost it to Candice Michelle. Candice Michelle then promptly lost it to Alundra Blaze. Alundra Blaze sold it to Ted DiBiase. Ted DiBiase lost it back to Drake Maverick, who lost it back to R-Truth.
That's pretty great.
It was a good little time. Yeah. Apparently, remember that whole segment with Seth Rollins and DX and all that, and
I saw clips of it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was meant for Ricochet, which is why it seems so weird.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they wrote it with Ricochet in mind, but I guess he's hurt or couldn't. There was some reason he couldn't work.
Well, so that was the next thing I was going to bring up, because how that whole thing they involved DX and with the Good Brothers and AJ and all that, right?
Yep.
And how AJ has it looks like he's reformed the club. Well, did you read the interview he had off camera with a publication called The Wrap?
Yeah, is it the one where he said Finn Balor is welcome to join the club at any time?
Exactly.
Which I pull the trigger on that if I'm WWE.
Absolutely, 100%.
He's not doing anything. He's not doing anything, and he's having this feud with Bray Wyatt. Which great.
Well, they're gonna squash him at WrestleMania at SummerSlam rather, and then send him on his way. He's gonna go take his 2-3 months off. He's getting married, or he just got married, one of the two. So he's going to go take some time off that he has asked for, and they have granted. So he's going to have a SummerSlam match. He's going to off for a bit. And then when he gets back, there'll be a question mark what to do with him. Because every time it seems that every time he gets back from something, they don't know what to do with him. You put him in the
stupid.
Club. You put him in the club.
It's so dumb. He's such a talent. I can't understand why they keep dropping the ball with him. He's got everything. He's got a good look to him. He's got charisma. He can cut a decent promo. He's not the greatest promo guy of all time, but he cut a decent promo. He's athletic. I don't get it.
And
I don't get why they don't.
Let's be honest. He's a f***ing draw.
Yeah, exactly. I don't get why
he
they
doesn't
don't
even
push him
need
to
to
the
be
moon.
the demon. Like, don't even talk about the demon. The demon's a huge draw, but Finn Balor himself is a draw.
Yeah, like I don't understand it. There are a few things about WWE that I just cannot wrap my head around, and that's how they continuously drop the ball on Finn Balor, how they continuously drop the ball on Bray Wyatt, since we're talking about him. Why they didn't do Undertaker versus Sting back in 2011 or whatever it was. And another guy that really, in my opinion, and I'm going to beat this until this horse is dead. They need to push Aleister Black. I'm sorry, the guy is too good. He's a beast. Just push him. Thank you.
So whatever, they started doing that thing with the knocking at the door and all that shit. And I'm like, okay, well maybe they're gonna put him in a program with Bray, and it turned out not to be Bray. And who was it?
Cesaro.
It was Cesaro.
Which great. That was a good match. I enjoyed it.
But what did it mean?
Well, that's the thing. It doesn't mean anything in the end. It's a filler feud for both of them, And it's like, okay, so now you're just throwing people on for the sake of having people on. And I think both Cesaro and Aleister Black need a push, but
okay, forgive me, because as I said, I am very much out of loop on WWE stuff. Is the bar done?
Sheamus is out. He's hurt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and apparently it's pretty nasty, so like he might be out for a while.
Oh, I see.
So I think it was one of those things where it's like, okay, well, what do we do with Cesaro? It's like, I don't know, put him with Aleister Black, sure. Like one of those things. Like my entire indie career, what do we do with Danny Franchise? Oh, I don't know. Have him job out to this guy this week. Have Adam Keaton hit him with something. I don't know.
Or and then Tommy Dreamer says, "Who?"
Yeah. Well, might as well. No, it's another story. I ain't. But whatever. That's totally fine. I'm not upset about that at all.
Hear what AJ was he had said that they have changed the name of the club, and they will now be known as the OC.
California.
Now the OC stands for Only Club, meaning it's the only club you should care about. Or the only club that matters. Now, to me, I see this as a big shot.
Oh, of course it's a big shot. That's the entire point.
Now, yeah, but you we're on two different pages. You see it as a shot probably to the Elite or to the Bullet Club. I see it as a personal shot against me. Because I had a stable called the UC.
No one gives a shit about the uncensored.
I'm just
hey,
saying,
remember
AJ.
that group I formed in the backyard?
AJ's ripping me off, man. I want my shit. I want my money.
If anything, you should be pissed off. Undisputed Era.
They stole my phone. I know. Oh, don't get me wrong. WWE owes me a lot of money.
Dude, if WWE paid us for the ideas that they've stolen, Adam Conton would be a millionaire.
So what else? I think that's the end of my news list. What else do you got?
Well, first of all, say bye to the freeloaders, and we'll talk more because I don't want to edit more than 37 minutes of this garbage.
Okay, well, freeloaders, I guess.
Hold on, wait. Did you hear that?
No.
My wife through Alexa told me to shut up because I'm waking up my daughter. Yeah, exactly.
You're lucky you're good looking.
No, really ain't. Okay, say goodbye to the freeloaders.
Well, hold on. Before we say goodbye to the freeloaders, I suppose we should give them the code to win those tickets and never say never.
Well, I thought we were doing that for Patreons only.
No, that. What? Why? So I might as well just give the tickets to Kevin Thompson. Williams.
Oh, so now we're giving freeloaders stuff. Okay.
Yes,
freeloaders better pay us back in that
we only have
Patreon
7
money.
Patreons.
Yeah, whatever. Go do the thing. Do the code.
All right. So take this code. Go to WrestleMedia.ca. Punch it in, and then we'll make sure you put your information and all that, and we'll let you know if you won the tickets. The code, all one word, all little letters, Just put it all in. The code is Space Monkey.
Nice.
All one word, Space Monkey. All right, go win those tickets. Good luck. Come and hang out with me and our Lord and Savior at Never Say Never on August the 8th. All right, now get the out of here.
Space Monkey.
This has been a presentation of WrestleMedia, where everything is wrestling and wrestling is everything. Here's what you're missing out on right now over at patreon.com/WrestleMedia.ca.
Adam has purchased the right to meet one of my favorite female stars of all time, Bull Nakano, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Whoa, hold on. Whoa, wait. She's there?
Yeah, Adam's going to be meeting her.
What in the...
Yes.
I didn't know that. Adam will his pants. Literally and figuratively. Like, you have no idea how many times back in the day we'd be sitting there watching like Alundra Blaze versus Bull Nakano. And be like, that booty. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Alundra Blaze, like, I don't know. Just, no, not Alundra Blaze, sir. That Bull Nakano booty.
Oh, God.
Want more? Sign up now at patreon.com/WrestleMedia.ca.